Hi friends, today's lesson is Monday, April 20th. Make sure you're on the right video. Today we are going to be talking about two-step word problems with addition and subtraction. I want you to think back a few months ago when we were finding the hidden question in a word problem. Remember, we were detectives and we had to search through that problem and find the hidden question in order to solve the question that was being asked. So we're going to review that today, and that's what we're going to work on today. So we're going to look at this question. Drew had 287 Pokemon cards. Colin gave him 138 more cards from his old collection. Colin, you know, is 21 now, so he's a little too old to be having Pokemon cards. The next week, Drew gave his mom 142 of his cards for her classroom store. Okay, so we have a lot coming to our classroom store. How many Pokemon cards did Drew have left? So just like always, we need to think about what is the question asking, and we need to make sure we're underlining important information. So Drew had 287 Pokemon cards. Colin gave him 138 more cards. But the next week, Drew gave his mom 142 of his cards. And then the question, of course, is, how many Pokemon cards did Drew have left? So we're going to step over here to our workspace, and we're going to think about what we learned before. And step one is, we're going to find the hidden question. What isn't the question telling us that we need to know before we can answer how many Pokemon cards did Drew have left? Stop and think about that for a minute, and if you have to, pause your video, jot your thoughts down. Okay, so do we know how many Pokemon cards Drew had after Colin gave him 138 more cards? No, we don't. So our step one is the hidden, first of all, we have to find the hidden question and solve it. Find the hidden question and solve it. Remember, at any time, if this is going too fast for you, please pause your video, and you can always rewind. Find the hidden question and solve it, okay? So the hidden question is, how many cards does Drew have after Colin gives him some? So what operation do we need to use to figure that out? Are we dividing the 287 cards? No, because we're adding to the 287 cards that Drew already has. So you're right to say we're adding 287 plus 138 more cards. Okay, here we have 3-digit addition. We're starting in the what place? The ones place. Good. So we're adding 8 and 7. 8 plus 7 is 15. Our 5 ones live in the ones place, and we carry over our 10 to the tens place. When we add our tens, we cannot forget to add the 10 that we carried over. So 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 1 more is 12. We have 12 tens. 2 of those tens are going to live in the tens place. And then the 100 is going over to the hundreds place. And now we need to add our hundreds. So we have 2, 3, 4. So now we know, and I'm going to label this so I know, this was Colin's cards. These were Drew's cards. Remember, we talked about it's okay to write out all of your thinking. So now we know that Drew has 425 cards after Colin was kind enough to give him 138. Now, step 2, Drew is going to be kind and give me 142 of his total cards for our classroom store. So think about, what do we need to do next? We're going to take the information, the answer from step 1, use this to answer the entire question. So think in your mind, what do we need to do? What operation are we going to use to find out how many Drew has left after he's kind enough to give me 142 of his cards? If you said subtract, you are exactly right. We're taking the total amount of cards that Drew has, 425, and we are subtracting 142 cards. Now we need to do some 3-digit subtraction. Let's look at our ones place. Do we have an alert here? No, we don't, because 5 is bigger than 2. If I have 5 cards, I can certainly take 2 away. So 5 minus 2 is 3, good. And then alert, alert, the smaller numbers up top. We can't take 4 from 2, so we need to hop on over to the hundreds place. And we say borrow, but really the hundreds place isn't getting it back. But we're going to take 100 and put it in the tens. So now instead of 4 hundreds, we have 3 hundreds. And now instead of 2 tens, we have 12 tens. Now we can take 4 from 12. So 12 minus 4, I know, is 8. And now we can subtract our hundreds. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now let's go back and answer the question. How many Pokemon cards did Drew have left? Don't forget, we need to put what after the answer? Think about it, unit. If you said unit, you're right. Well, what's the unit in this problem? Voila, Pokemon cards. So the answer is 283 Pokemon cards. Okay, so remember, we've done all of this before. You're the investigator. You need to find that hidden question and solve that hidden question before you can go to step 2 and answer the problem. I want to show you what your homework packet is going to look like for the week, okay? All of your work for the week is in one packet, okay? I thought it would be easier that way instead of having all of those attachments like you did last week. Okay, so you'll see that the first page is dated Monday 4/20. You're only doing the problems for 4/20 that match this lesson today. On Wednesday, the next math day we have on April 22nd, we're going to do 2-step word problems with multiplication and division. And then, lucky, on Friday the 24th, we're going to do 2-step word problems involving all of the operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And the other thing I wanted to remind you of is to please, if you can, get onto YouTube, Jack Hartman, and please continue singing and dancing your multiplication facts because you're doing such a great job and I don't want you to forget them while you're home. All right, mathematicians, if you have any questions, you need me to help you walk through any of these problems, you know to either email me or call me. Have fun. Have a great day.